So let's talk about the actual name, Bankable Facts. Where did the name come from, and what's the inspiration behind that?
I don't know. I was just thinking so hard about a good name, and it was like it was going to be millennial something. But if you go on Instagram, there's millennial everything,
Mhm.
and then one is so hard to spell millennial. So I'm glad that there were so many that I was like, okay, let's think about something else. And then Ashley from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and my name is Ashley, and I was like Ashley Banks. And I was like, what is it? Somehow Bankable Facts came out of that. So I'm so happy. I love the name. And it's actually really unique on Instagram too. So I
Yeah.
like it.
Okay. Nice. Nice. So because your target audience is millennials, and you're trying to help millennials and have conversation with millennials, what are some of the things in your work that you find some of the mistakes they make, or some of the misnomers that millennials have in terms of money and finances?
Yeah, so particularly I want to talk to millennials who have 9 to 5 jobs, right? So like me, I'm a regular person. I have a regular job. Um, I make a regular income, right? So I want the 9 to 5ers to really, use what they have available to them. So this is the 401ks, and some cases an HSA. And so, like, readily use those resources that are readily available to build wealth. And so, like, always, like, you're starting a new job, okay, make sure you're looking at your 401k. And then beyond that, let's look at the investments that you like, the investment options that you have too.
Okay, so what are some of the mistakes that you've noticed in having these conversations that millennials are making? Um,
Yeah. I think the mistakes are counting yourself out, that wealth is not for you, starting with, the investing apps. And that's kind of like a twofold kind of thing. Like, when I'm like, as far as like Robinhood. So we all know Robinhood, and oftentimes that's like the first place that we go to. And, you know, thank goodness for Robinhood that they started making investing seem so accessible and inexpensive, right? The commission-free trading. Um, but yet again, it's like going there is not understanding that there's a tax implication to investing. So it's nice to start with like a tax advantage brokerage account, like a Roth IRA or even your 401k. So those are the common missteps that I see that my peers make is, going to the Robinhood first or Acorn. And even when you assess what Acorn really is. I had this conversation with Shida from Investing Patty. She's also on Instagram. We
mhm.
talked about Acorn and how potentially problematic it is because their concept is to invest your spare change. And then they have a monthly subscription of paying $1 a month. So that's $12. If you would look at the subscription fee of $1 a month, right? And use that as an expense ratio of whatever investment, then you would have to invest a lot of money for that to be like an expense ratio that's comparable to just buying like going to buy VU, right?
Mhm.
Buying a mutual fund that has an expense ratio that's zero point 0.1. Like, so therefore the cost is like $1 for every $10,000 that you spend.
You've done the math. You've done the math, and that,
Yeah.
and you know what? That's not just a millennial thing, because a lot of times in speaking with adults and older folks, that they
Sure.
don't they don't look at expense ratios. They'll look at an
Yeah.
ETF or a fund, but they never look at the expense ratio. So that's interesting. You've actually done the math, which is important. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so that's very important. And personally, I have like a love-hate relationship with those Robinhood Acorns. I have, and I'll tell you
Yeah.
why. Being in the business for as long as I have, it's been difficult to get certain people um to even look at investing or understand investing.
Yeah.
And when Robinhood came along, I got a lot of people involved. Now I try to get them to, okay, now you understand. Let's move you to a tax advantage account, or move you off here to, what I
Yeah.
call grown-up accounts. but
Yeah.
but it has enabled a lot of people to even just become
To get
interested. So
started.
yeah, so
Yeah.
that's why I have a
Yeah.
love relationship with them, because but
Right.
because they have done a job of getting people involved. I can't deny that.
That's
You
where
know.
I went. I mean, I did my 401k, but I didn't understand I was investing there. And then it was popular with the boys to be, opening Robinhood. But then I had Robinhood and I opened it. And I didn't know what to do. It was, like opening an investment, opening an app, and then now what? Like, where's the education? Like, what am I really doing?
Yeah, yeah.